Hello everyone, Jonas here, and this is your daily dose of Python. I am now on part 5 in building out this host util project. As I mentioned in my previous video, I will be using object-oriented programming, or OOP, to develop this project. Speaking of object-oriented programming, I will be going over how to define and use classes, methods, and functions within the application. I'm also going to cover code organization by breaking down the different components of this project into different packages. And as I mentioned in my previous video, Python packages are just folders, okay, within the project directory that contains a blank init.py files. I have 4 directories here containing 4 blank init.py files. I've dynamically created these files and these folders in my part 4 video, which you could visit down there in the link below, or up here in the pop-up card, and you could follow that and see how I dynamically created these directories and files. With that said, let's go ahead and do our verification here to see if our project directory, this one, is successfully imported or dynamically imported into the sys.path list, which tells our Python interpreter to look into this directory for any Python modules. Okay, I'm going to show you a little technique here. I'm just going to go into the Python terminal. I'm going to import sys, and I'm just going to print out the directory or the contents, okay, by calling dir or dir, and then the module name. Okay, if we print this out, it will list all of the attributes or functions, methods, all the stuff contained within this module. Okay, as you see here, we have different attributes here, and if we see in the very bottom here, we have the attribute path. Okay, so in that way, we could determine what available variables or methods or functions are from a module. So hopefully that little trick helps you out. Okay, with that said, let's go ahead and edit our main host util application file here. On the top, we're going to import the sys module. Again, this comes pre-packaged with any Python installation, so we don't have to do anything special here aside from importing the module. Okay, I'm going to print sys.path, and then we're going to check what we get. Right here, this is a list. Okay, list in Python is specified with square open and close brackets. Okay, and any contents inside it are called elements. Okay, which are comma separated. Okay, so right here is the full path of our project directory. Again, the Python interpreter saw our blank init.py files, and it's gonna treat this parent folder as a package because it detected those init files there. Alright, with that said, we're gonna go ahead and create our MenuCreator module inside the menu package or the menu folder. Okay, ls-l there. I'm gonna use nano-c to show the line and column numbers as well as the character count, and then menu / and then menu_creator.py. Again, I'm following the Python pep8 naming convention right here. Okay, modules should have a short, all lowercase names. If needed, we could utilize underscores to separate the different words in the name for more readability. Okay, for Python packages, it should also be short and all lowercase. Underscores are strongly discouraged. So if you can avoid that, then don't put underscores in your package names, only in the module names. Okay, so right here, as we see here, one word name for the package and two word name for the module separated by an underscore. Press enter there, and I'm gonna create a class called MenuCreator. To create a class, we'll just call the class keyword followed by the class name that we want. In this case, I'm gonna create it as MenuCreator. Notice here, this is camel case, and this is following the naming convention stated in the PEP 8. Class names should normally use cap words like this. So, camel case. Alright, let's go here. Press enter. And I'm just going to put pass here for now. The pass keyword basically tells the interpreter that there's nothing to do here. Just move on to the next line of code. Okay, if we don't put pass here, we're gonna get a nasty error saying that some line of code is missing and all the stuff. Okay, so right here, if we don't intend to put anything there, we could just write pass. Okay, or if we intend to define methods, okay, methods are similar to functions, but they are limited in their scope. Okay, they're limited to inside a class. Okay, functions could exist outside of a class. Methods can only exist within a class. Okay, so in Python there is this special method called dunder init, or the init method, which takes a parameter, okay, self. This is the first parameter that it takes, basically referring to the instance, okay, of the class, okay, referring to itself. Okay, this variable here could be named anything else, like SpongeBob. Okay, but for uniformity with other coders, we'll just leave it as self. Okay, this special method here basically will set the values, or values of our variables that's going to be used within the class, and when we instantiate or make a clone of the class, this is the first method that will run and basically helps the interpreter construct our class instance. Other programming language is also call this init method as constructors. Okay, I'm just gonna put pass here because I'm not defining anything here. Again, the pass keyword just tells the interpreter that there's nothing to do here, and then just move on to the next line of code. Okay, I'm gonna define a couple of methods here. Menu create. Again, it's gonna take the first attribute, or the first parameter will take the self variable as the argument. Okay, just gonna go put pass here because I'm just creating the scaffolding or the skeleton of this class. Alright, menu selector, self, pass, and then I'm also going to create menu sanitize. So basically um, this these different methods will do different things, and as we progress through this project, you will know what I'm talking about, okay, or you will understand what I'm trying to explain. Okay, it takes the first argument of self, and this um, method will also take another parameter. In this case, it will take a list, so I'm just going to name it entry underscore list. And again, keyword pass there. Save the file. And just to verify, I'm going to cut it out. Menu creator. All right. Our class is created, and that class is inside this Python module, and this Python module is inside this Python package, and this Python package is inside our host-util parent directory. Okay, with that created, let's go ahead and import it to our main application file. Okay, to import that, just gonna delete this in nano. To delete a whole line of code, you're gonna hit Control K on the keyboard. Okay, and right here, I'm just gonna Control K that, put pass there for now, and then I'm gonna import that newly created module. Okay, and I'm gonna import the main creator class. Okay, we're gonna import it using the keyword from, and I'm gonna walk you through here. So from the package menu, and we indicate the directory traversal here using a dot. Okay, so the package menu dot, and then our menu creator module, okay, which is our menu underscore creator.py file under the menu folder, and then we're going to do import menu creator. Okay, so as a recap there, keyword from, and then basically saying, hey, from this package or this folder, import the module. Okay, look into this module, and from this module, import the menu creator class. Okay, if you are creating multiple classes inside a a module, you will have to import it using this format, comma separated, and then other module name or other class name, like that. Okay, but in this case I only have one, so I'm just going to import the menu creator. And right here in my main application function, I'm going to go ahead and instantiate or make a clone of the menu creator class. Okay, I'm going to create a variable called main menu, and then equals the menu creator class, and we call the class by specifying this open and close brackets here, or parentheses. Okay, I'm just gonna print menu, main menu, and this will print the address space in our memory. I'm also gonna print out the directory and then main menu to show what are the different attributes or different methods that is available within this main menu instance of our menu creator class. Alright, I'm gonna delete this one as well here, and then we're just gonna call the host util main function into our if name main clause here. Okay, save that, run the program. As we see here, we have the address space right here. Okay, this is the address space in the memory of this computer where I'm running this code from. And then we have attributes here. It says it's a class, and we have the different built-in attributes here. And right here, menu create, menu sanitize, menu selector, these were the methods we previously created inside our main creator class. Okay, so hopefully this helps you guys out, okay, in determining what attributes are available for use, okay, just by calling this dir function that is built into Python. Okay, so let's go ahead and create another instance here just to demonstrate another menu. Okay, menu creator, then print another menu, and we'll see what the address spaces are in this different instances. Okay, so right here, that's our main menu address space, and again, this is the another menu address space. As you can see, they're totally different objects. Okay, in Python, everything is treated as objects. Okay, and objects are just basically bits of code or bits of ones and zeros that exist in the memory of the computer. Okay, so yeah, that's basically how we define classes, how we define methods, and how we define functions in this tutorial. As a summary, okay, we've learned about Python classes, how to create and use them. We've gone through the difference between a function and a method, and there's a listing here. Okay, Python functions exist outside of class. They're not linked to anything. They can be totally independent from anything else. Okay, it can be executed by just calling its name. It can have zero parameters, okay, no arguments, or it also cannot access or modify class attributes and are independent of classes. Python methods are the total opposite of functions. Okay, they can only exist in a class. They are linked to a class. Okay, they cannot execute without a class instance. In this case, right here, this is our class instance for the MenuCreator class. Okay, and if we call one of the methods there, we could just run this command. Okay, if I do menu create here, for example, to run that menu create, I will just issue something like that. Okay, that is how you call or run a method from a class instance. Okay, and that's what it's saying here. A method cannot run if I'm just going to run menu underscore create open close parenthesis. It's going to give me an error saying that this has not been declared, and the program will terminate with an error. Okay, methods can access or modify class attributes. Again, this tutorial just showed how to create the backbone, how to create the bare skeleton of our application, and in the next tutorial we'll be building out those different classes and different methods and we will be adding functionalities to each one of those. Okay, and then last thing here, methods are totally dependent on classes. Okay, they cannot exist outside of a class. Okay, so that's our second point here that we've learned. We've learned how to import custom modules into our main application file. We've also learned the importance of write once, use many. Okay, that is one of the benefits of using object-oriented programming is we can easily manage the code and easily reuse the code. All right, and right here I have a list of the definitions. You guys can go over these. I'm gonna put this on the description below for your reference. And right here, I've also put the different URLs that you guys can go and visit if you want to read more and do a little bit of homework with this Python concepts. Alright guys, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for subscribing and liking this video. If you do like it, go ahead and share it with your friends, your families, or with your dog or cat. I really appreciate your love and support. Again, this is Jonas. See you in the next video. Peace out.